You finally start doing the work. You're writing, cleaning, applying, creating. But instead of feeling proud, you feel heavy because a voice in your head whispers, "You should have done this months ago. You've already wasted so much time. It's too late to catch up now." And that voice doesn't motivate you. It shames you. And so you stop again. Because why bother, right? Let's break that cycle. Because guilt is not a strategy. This episode is about a hidden emotional trap. You delay things because of fear, then feel guilty for delaying, and that guilt makes it even harder to start. In this video, I'll show you the psychology of guilt and why it creates self-sabotage, a personal story about my lost year that haunted me for a long time, how to rebuild momentum without being crushed by regret, and the mindset that helped me stop punishing myself and start moving forward. There was a year of my life I barely talk about. No big projects, no uploads, no wins, just delay. I had so many plans. I wanted to start a podcast. I wanted to build my portfolio. I even had outlines and ideas ready to go. But I didn't follow through. Not because I didn't care, but because I was afraid. Afraid of messing it up. Afraid of being seen. Afraid I wasn't ready yet. So I kept postponing. And then one day I looked up and realized 11 months had passed and I had nothing to show for it. The guilt hit hard. I felt like I'd wasted an entire year of my life. Like I couldn't trust myself anymore. How could I let this happen? Why didn't I just push through? Everyone else is moving ahead. What's wrong with me? That guilt didn't motivate me. It froze me. Why guilt is so paralyzing? Here's the truth. Guilt is backward-focused energy. It makes you stare at what you didn't do instead of what you can do. Guilt says, you should have started earlier. You should be further ahead. You don't deserve to succeed now. And when you believe those things, even small steps forward feel pointless. It's like trying to run with the 50-pound backpack of shame. The psychology of time guilt. Psychologists call this moral self-injury. It's when you blame yourself for not living up to your own standards, and that blame becomes identity. You don't just say, I made a mistake. You say, I am a failure. That shift is dangerous because once you start believing that story, you act accordingly. You avoid effort because it feels hopeless. You reject compliments or progress because you don't deserve it. You sabotage your own momentum because it feels fake. This isn't just a motivation issue. It's a self-worth wound. The guilt-procrastination loop. Here's how it plays out. You delay a task, feel guilty. Guilt makes the task feel heavier. You delay again, guilt deepens. You question your ability, your value, your future. You stop trying because trying feels painful. You're not lazy, you're hurt, and you're trying to protect yourself from feeling that pain again. After my lost year, I finally tried to get back on track. I opened my project files, I made a new plan. But as soon as I started working, that old voice came back. Too little, too late. This won't undo all the time you wasted. Why even try now? And for a second, I almost listened. But then I asked myself, what would I say to someone else in my position? Would I shame them or help them start again? That question changed everything because I realized progress doesn't require punishment. You don't need to feel bad to move forward. You just need to begin from where you are, not from where you should be, not from where you wish you were, from here. How to beat guilt and rebuild momentum. Here are 4 practices that help me heal from time guilt and finally create again. Number 1, separate guilt from identity. You are not your past delay. You are not your missed deadlines. You are not your lowest moments. You had a stuck season. That's different from being a stuck person. Start reframing it. I struggled, and I'm choosing differently now. Number 2, do one thing that reclaims time today. Not to make up for the past, but to prove that you can still create forward motion. Write one paragraph. Record one draft. Declutter one folder. Schedule one thing that matters. Don't try to erase 6 months of delay in one burst. Just move today. That's enough. Number 3, use this powerful self-forgiveness line. Whenever the guilt comes up, repeat this to yourself. I did the best I could with the awareness I had. Now I know better, and I'm choosing again. This doesn't let you off the hook. It lets you step back into the game. Number 4, track present progress, not past mistakes. Instead of counting how many days you lost, count how many days you showed up. Make a simple tracker. Green for effort, red for skipped. No judgment, just awareness. Because momentum isn't built in your feelings, it's built in your habits. I used to think guilt would drive me. Like if I felt bad enough, I'd finally act. But it never worked. All it did was convince me that I didn't deserve to try anymore. Now I know better. I know I'm allowed to begin again. I know it's not too late. I know that every day I show up, even if it's small, even if it's shaky, I'm reclaiming time in a way guilt never could. What's something you still want to do but feel like it's too late for? Drop it in the comments. Say it out loud. Not to shame yourself, but to free yourself from it. Next up in the series, how to stay focused when everything feels distracting. Because even when the guilt fades, the world still pulls your attention in 1,000 directions. I'll show you how I rewired my brain for focus, even with the mind that loves to wander. See you there.